All right. Good afternoon, my friends. It's Saturday, right? I think it's the weekend. I think we're on the weekend. So I have Deb here with me, and we are going to be talking about Go for Gold and what it's done for her and her life and her business and all of those things. You guys, I'm not a big fan of just saying what what you know what I believe Go for Gold does for people. I mean, I'll say it a little bit because I have to, but I prefer much more to talk about what it's actually doing for people in real time. Also, I like to know what it's doing for people in real time, but yeah, so that is why we do these videos, just so you know. So, Deb, how long have you been with Young Living again?
It was 4 years in August, the end of August.
Years in August. Awesome. Cool. So, what was life like before Go for Gold?
So what happened was I kind of got stuck and kind of paralyzed because my warm market was gone.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I'm not really into social media much because, like, if you look at my Facebook or anything, like, I never post hardly like a post of my own. I've never done a video on and posted it on Facebook or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
Um, I mostly just, you know, touch base with a few friends and that was it.
Yeah.
People knew what I did, but I didn't really promote much of
Yeah.
what I did because I never wanted to be salesy and I didn't know what to do.
I get that. I get that. So you went through and I always call it your 2 to 3%, right? You went
Mm-hmm.
through your warm market, and you guys, the way that I describe this, if you haven't heard me describe this before, your 2 to 3% are like the people that are always going to say yes to you. They're going to jump on. They're like, they love you, they support you, they're going to do it, right? That's 2 to 3% of anyone's audience. Doesn't matter how many people you have in your audience. It's a scalable number. Okay. So 2 to 3% of those people are like that. However, you can't really build a business on 2 to 3% because after that 2 to 3% is gone, then what, right? Then that's where a system needs to come into play. That's where there's something that you actually need to be able to work in order to bring your leads in and then push those leads through a funnel, and then they eventually become members at some point. Typically, that's what you need at that point. That 2 to 3% is why a lot of people just sort of putter out after about 90 days. And that's because they've gotten their 2 to 3%, and then they're like, and now I don't know what to do, right? So they need to start doing something. So were you ever on the fence with Go for Gold? Did you look at it like, is this just another one of those things? Is this actually going to be helpful? Did you look at it like that at all?
No.
No. No, I was
I
on board.
I make up my mind pretty quick about stuff like that. But I have to tell you, the thing that made it like the easiest thing, and it didn't matter, it was the price. Because I thought, if I even get one thing out of this course,
Right.
that's all I need. And instead there's a ton.
Right.
So that's
Right.
the,
I love it.
yeah.
Well, okay, so then after you joined Go for Gold, how has that made a difference in your business? And then sometimes it changes people's lives too, because it's actually a different perspective. It's a different perspective on a lot of things, and that kind of bleeds into the rest of your life as well. But how has it changed things for you?
The part that I'm so um, thankful to learn is, you know, the multi or the, using Facebook and using, because I did get the get oiling as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't know how to do anything. And so all of that training, like, it's been so eye-opening to know now how to do stuff.
Yeah. Are you seeing, because the style in which we do things is, it's a, It's a Young Living version, because I'm a business strategist, right? So it's a Young Living version of kind of how Amazon sells things. It's kind of a Young Living version of how big business, how they run their funnels, right? And funnels doesn't need to make you glaze over or anything like that. You don't even know what you're doing when you're making them. We literally walk you through it in a way that you're like, it's not like you're going through a college course. You just do the things. If you do the things, you're building it. So that's what, I don't know that a lot of people realize exactly the thought process behind it. This is not some sort of DIY, hackathon to be able to like finagle a business out of this. This is like how the big dogs do business. And I'm just showing you exactly how to do it yourself, which is why it's duplicatable. But we show you guys in a way that's very easy, so you don't have to really think about it a whole lot. But yeah, that's whenever you said like you hadn't done those things before, probably like the lead pages and stuff like that. Are you now recognizing it in everything else that is marketed to you? Are you seeing it?
And so many times that I had signed up and taken like something else, right? And then I would say, but I don't have any tools. Like, and people just, I don't think they really believe me that there was nothing. We had nothing. And then I would say, yeah, but Young Living's not like that. Like, and I just love it that it's Young Living specific and that you've done all that work for us.
We just don't. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's just like when people say, oh, I don't know, you go and you get on a 3-way call or they'll say something like that. And I say, I never did that. And I don't know anybody who's done that.
Yeah.
And then they'll say, well, you do now or something like that, but it's like, okay, but I just have never done anything like that.
Yeah. This takes the second guessing. It takes the second guessing out of it. It takes the guesswork out of it. It takes the like, is this going to work? Is this not going to work out of it? Because it literally, if you do the things, it can't not serve you. Like there's not a way that it won't serve you if you do it. There's just plain not a way. It's not will this work or won't this work. It's do it and let it work. But if you don't do it, then you're not doing it and it's not going to do anything. Like I feel like that's common sense, but maybe it bears repeating. I don't know. Yeah. So let me see. What would be something that you would say to someone that's on the fence about getting Go for Gold right now?
Oh, get it. Because not only does it teach you and it's easy. Like, I'm not a kid. So it's, so I didn't grow up with computers and stuff. So yeah. I understand it. I love that it is still keeping the soul of Young Living in the business because that's so important because that's who we are.
100%. There are some people out there that are trying to automate everything in a business. You can't do that. You honestly can't do that in any business successfully, but you definitely can't do it in Young Living successfully because we come from our hearts. And so what that means is we need to have connection to these people in a human way, a couple of points along the way. Now, there are things that can be automated that we show you how to automate. Like when someone signs up, then they, get put on an email list that then gives them day by day. Here's how you use this oil. Here's how you use this oil. Like all of these things that are like, just sort of education that helps things out. So you're not answering as many questions. So you're not having to think about so many things and reach back out. They're just automatic things that are set up that are easy for you. That kind of automation is perfect. Some people try to automate what should be the human side. And that's where things go sideways, because even if people sign up, under that automated side that should be human, in my opinion. Even if people sign up, they're going to essentially be the same idea as as an orphan that Young Living put under you. Like, you literally have no actual connection to that person. And we need to have connection with our team. Like, that's what that's what this is all about. We're not going for big numbers every day and then not be connected at all to our team. That's a good way to like grow really large and then implode on yourself. Because they've got no skin in the game. They've got no, they don't have loyalty to you, and you also don't have loyalty to them. You don't have a relationship, right? And that's, and many other things that go along outside of that. But yeah, that's there. It's the perfect amount of automation where it needs to be, and then human factor where it needs to be. It's just perfect, you guys, beyond perfect. Let me see. Oh, Christine said, "Hey, Deb." And then she said, "Martha, love your Ningxia rack and your back counter." Yep, that's my Ningxia rack. Oh, I love that Ningxia rack too. Sandy, hi guys, hello. Okay, well, any last words for folks?
Actually, I just think they should get everything.
I'm not going to say you're wrong.
Because it is just think of it like investing in your education, because that's what it is, right? And I mean, if you were going to go to university, you'd pay mega bucks for what this is, for marketing alone. And it'll help you. It helps with everything. It helps with your confidence. It helps you with talking to people and not feeling salesy and knowing what to do. And you know, maybe you're not asking for a sale per se, but you're going to say like, "Hey, do you know anybody? I do this. You know, if you know anybody who wants that, I'd appreciate a referral." Or even ask like, "Do you know anybody like this? This is who needs help." And right now we've got the product to really help everybody.
Mm-hmm. People are more open today than I have seen them open in years. And I've only been with Young Living for 1 year, but I've been Krejci for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been in this world for a really long time. And people are more open today than they've ever been. But the thing is, you have to already have a relationship with them in order to have the right to even say anything. Okay, you guys, this is where we can't come at them MLM style. Can't come at them like, "Well, you should buy my thieves kit. You should buy my this and buy my that." You guys, it's still wrong. It's still wrong. We have to be coming at it from a relationship standpoint. We have to attract them, have the consultative conversation, and then, okay, based on what you've said, I would suggest X, Y, and Z, yada, yada, yada. It all has to be, there's a flow to it. And that's all in Go for Gold, you guys. But it all needs to happen. You can't just boom. You know, I mean, because we know that everybody needs this, but they don't know that. And so what you look like whenever you come at them, like, "You need this," what you look like is you look like a used car salesman. You look like somebody who doesn't care who's on the other end or on the receiving end of where your words are falling. It's like you just don't even care, right? Like, it's just, it's so general. It's a general message and it doesn't hit anybody. And that's where Go for Gold comes into play. Like, it teaches you how to build relationships with people and then continue those relationships, because somebody just signed up the other day that's been around for months. And because that relationship has been building, that finally she's ready. Now, some people are ready right away. That's our 2 to 3%. Some of our people are ready right away. And then some of the people, these are touches. Whenever I do this, it looks like chop suey, but these are like touches, because it takes 7 to 15 times, 7 to 15 touches before somebody makes a buying decision. That's across the board in all markets. So, you know, she's had this many touches, right? And then finally her timer went off, right? Her bing, she was ready. But everybody has that bing moment at different times. Sometimes it's 3 or 4, bing. Sometimes it's like 16 and then they're ready to go. Like it's all different. So that's why you need to just have a system that you're like gracefully just working through. That's what it is, you guys. That's any leads that you have. I don't care where you get your leads from. Some people are sick of teaching classes, and that's I don't blame you. I'm not good at teaching classes either. I signed up over 150 people last year and not one was from a class. Okay, so I'm not a big fan of classes. Some people are excellent at classes. I don't care where you get your leads. If you want to find out how to get them via social media, I teach you how to do that. But if you enjoy teaching classes, if you enjoy vendor events, if you enjoy all of these things, that's totally fine. You're bringing in your leads. The thing is, where's the system? Are you putting them through a system? Because if you're not, they're all falling through the cracks. And then all of this work up here to get the leads doesn't matter. It's a waste of time, because if they're falling through the cracks, your business is not growing, or it's not growing the way you want it to. I guarantee that. I guarantee that. Okay, that was a lot of talking. I just kind of went off there for a second.
That's okay.
Go figure, Deb, right? Go figure. Well, you have an awesome rest of your Saturday. I think we're gonna get out of the house. We're gonna go do something. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, everybody, you have an awesome day. Deb, I will see you later.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.